On RB, I'm on RB. I'm on RB, I'm on RB. I'm on RB, I'm on RB. I'm on RB, I'm on RB. So RB5 beta has dropped 3 days ago on January 31st. There is currently no content. I don't really know why this is even been dropped. He should have just kept it because there's nothing to do. Can't do anything. Not available. Yep, there you go. Not available. But alright, so we can look at the badges and stuff. I mean, that's about it. I mean, we can go on quick play, go on practice, shoot around a couple times. Dunking still is pretty shit. And yeah, traits. Can look at ankle breaker. I'm gonna go on my mouse for this. So we got fucking, increases the chances of an ankle breaker by 20%, reduces recovery range, bullet passer does what bullet passer does. I like this badge. Floor general is pretty cool. I like it. I think it's a good idea. Some of these badges are good, some of these badges are bad. This is dope. I enjoy this. This is gonna be cool for bigs. Increases movement speed whenever you set an offensive screen. Very cool. It's only for 2.5 seconds though, so I don't really know how useful it's gonna be, but it just really depends how you use the time. Lane passer is basically kneel threader. It's pretty cool. I think it's good. I think that's a good thing because, bro, I hate passing the ball and the big just fucking eats it and it just bounces off his big bald head. It's really fucking annoying. Quick chain, it's cool, but it doesn't really make a big difference until you get to like gold or diamond, because I was on a silver player with silver quick chain and it doesn't really fucking do anything on silver. Like, this is a cool badge. I hope it actually does something, but there's no way to test whether it does or doesn't do anything, but we're gonna find out. Tire this dribbler. This is not gonna be fun to play against. This is about to be a bitch because it does it by 15% from bronze, 60% at Hall of Fame. That's not gonna be fun. You can't tell me you're gonna enjoy playing against that. It's not gonna be cool. Reduces passing accuracy by 28% when passing out of a shot. We already know what that does. I'm not sure how big that's gonna be. Now, I remember back RB4 and RB3. RB3, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but RB4, like, tricky passer, that shit was fucking annoying, bro. Like, I honestly hope he fixes that, because you could just pass out of anything. Like, I feel like if I'm already in your face, you're already in the air, I'm halfway to contesting the shot, my hand is damn near on the ball, you can't just pass it to a nigga right behind me, bro. You should not be able to do that. But, layups, floaters, hook shots, and dunks for 4 stacks until a missed shot attempt. 4%. It doesn't do a crazy amount anymore. Enforcer, we know what that does. Just physicality, forcing contact. You can back a nigga down on some shit. Posterizer to increase his strength. I mean, I don't care. Dunking sucks still. You can't choose when to dunk. And I can't even time it. No cap. It's not good. So I'm definitely not making a big nor a slasher. It's not gonna happen. Now this looks like, this is gonna be very broken if this actually does 80%. I feel like that's gonna be broken. Blow by range, yeah, because we definitely need blow by range to be increased. Like, no, I don't know how I feel about that. Putback king, second chance, basically. Increases shot succession by 28% for 4 seconds. Okay, at least it's not for the whole fucking time you have the ball. I remember second chance, you could get a rebound, run out to the 3, and just pull that shit, and then it would activate. And if you had diamond and you had like 35, 43, that shit would go in. So, I don't know how to feel about that. Increases blow by range by 28%. Honestly, that's not going to be fun. It wasn't fun in RB4. It's not going to be fun in RB5. It's the same. It's going to be the same fucking thing. Increases shot succession on open layups. So, under 20% for 2 seconds after. So, that's basically just pass and slash. It's from what's it called? What's that game called? From NBA Live 19. That's basically what that is. Reduces shot penalty by 0% on shots with low stamina. We all know what adrenaline does. 72%. Diamond is going to be very, fucking OP, just like it was in RB4. But you know, it's not. I mean, it's you know, the difference is that a lot of these badges are gonna be OP. But the difference is, it's not that you have to earn that specific badge. All you have to do is get badge points, and you can get the badge. So I don't know how I feel about that, you know. But we got clutch up, increases shot succession on all shot attempts when behind and points on the game. When late in the game, that's just clutch shooter from 2K. I don't know how good that's gonna be. I'm probably not gonna take it. Deep range. This just increases the animation you get. So let's say I shoot it from half court, I would move forward and shoot, and it would be a little harder the time because you don't really shoot that often. You don't really get to practice it. But what this basically does is now you can shoot it standing from half court and actually time it. I don't know how that's gonna work. It just, I don't know. That's gonna be weird. This is just hot shot. We already know what this does. I don't really care about this. Inside scorer increases range from which players can take floaters and hook shots by by a certain percentage. Obviously, I'm tweaking. 72%. I don't know why this is a shooting badge. Should be a finishing badge. Floaters aren't really shooting, in my opinion. I mean, they kind of are, but not really at the same time. It's different. I don't know. It's weird. Focus shot increases shot penalty, but like shot contest penalty by 88% on late defenders when going for shooting fade or off dribble shots. Okay, so this does it for everything now. That's weird. You get 3. Okay, so shot contest penalty on late defenders. So, you know, post scorers, I feel like post scorers, slashers are gonna be a little bit buffed. You just dunking is still gonna be a little iffy. Not a little, very iffy, very ill. It's not very, you know. But now, you know, since you only have to get badge points, if it's the same exact way as 2K is, then you will be able to just get a certain amount of badge points for shooting as a slasher, and you can take get like a bronze or silver badge for any of these badges. It's gonna be weird as fuck. You know, there's probably gonna be a lot of combo people, like combo guards, combo forwards, where they can shoot and slash, which is not gonna be fun. They'll probably just skip defense. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna skip defense, get like 70 perimeter and like 50 inside, and just go playmaking, finishing, and shooting. That's not gonna be fun at all. I'm gonna be honest. Like, playing against that, you know, defense is extremely fucking nerfed. You're not doing shit on defense. Don't even make a defender. There's no point, because a lot of these badges, I feel like they're just not really gonna do much. They're not really gonna help you that much. They're not really gonna do what they say they do, because that's how it was in RB4. Clamps was supposed to been like do what this badge does, decrease the chance of a ankle breaker, but it never really decreased the chance of an ankle breaker for me, at least. I never noticed. But you know, this is whistle increase the chance of drawing a shooting foul by like that. That's not gonna be fun at all, because you can't even tell what's a shooting foul and what's not, because it's like, you know, it's not real life. It's fucking Lego characters. So I don't know how I feel about that. Got spot up. Spot up is different now. Increase shot succession by 9. And this is a good badge. I enjoy this. I think that's a good idea. Continuously increases shot succession by by a percentage on consecutive standing. So this is basically just, you know, so this is gonna be very OP in Park. I think I heard that twos is not gonna be a thing. So, you know, this, you know, if twos was in the game, this would be extremely OP, but it's not in the game. So, you know, this is like, you know, this is gonna be all. It's gonna be like whatever, but it's gonna be, I don't know how. It's just 4%. Like, you know, I don't know. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be a decent badge. This is a good badge. I might take this. Pull up. I'm definitely taking this. Increase your shots speed. Yeah, this is just off dribble basically. So except hop steps, they don't get off dribble. They don't get none of that no more. You're just shooting raw off steps. Hop steps. I enjoy that, because now you can't just force an ankle breaker on a hop step every game, every fucking play of the game. Like, I remember that was people's whole bag. You would just hop step back and just get an ankle, boom, free wide open shot. Off dribble, it's going in every time. But, you know, I'm glad that's, you know, maybe, you know, at least now you don't have a badge for it. So maybe it may or may not go in. Now you actually got to time it maybe. But, you know, Magnet, they turned Magnet into chase down artist from 2K. Anchor, we all know what Anchor does. Break stopper, I mean, that shit was useless in RB4. Nobody's running that. Reduces blow by chance when making contact with the ball carrier. So all Clamps does, Clamps does not increase shot contest anymore thank God. That shit was annoying. I mean, you could really still fuck up a nigga with clamps in RB4 because, you know, I mean, like, defense was so nerfed. Like, defense was honestly, there was no point in having a defender, bro, in RB4. But, like, I mean, honestly, they should have just gave clamps the extra shot contest because what's the point now? Like, what's the point in making a defender, bro? Unless you're a big. Because none of these badges really fucking do anything. I mean, like, you can't really, none of them really increase contest. So the only thing that matters will be your stats. Unless he makes stats extremely like useful on defense, which I'm assuming that's what he's gonna do, because none of these increase shot succession, I don't think. Yeah, no, none of these increase shot succession. I mean, not shot succession, shot contest, my bad, shot contest. But whatever. Reduces stamina penalty by 0% when, okay, I like this. This is good. This is something that we needed because, godly, did you get robbed of your stamina when stealing? I get blocking because you're jumping as high as you can, but stealing shouldn't take that much stamina. You know what? It really shouldn't. It was kind of bullshit. It really should not. I never really understood that. But break starter, you know, all the regular badges. Brick wall, I mean, I'm not gonna run this. I'm gonna be on like a SF shooter or something, low tall shooter, big tall shooter. You know, I'm gonna get rebound, shoot, dribble, slash. That's what I'm gonna do. So I mean, like, this badge, this never really did anything for me unless, you know, I never really saw this badge do anything in RB4 unless it was a diamond badge. But you know, hustle, this looks like a cool badge. I might get that because, you know, it just makes you faster. So let's say the ball is running down court and if you grab it, you got a fast break, so now you're quicker than everybody else, straight zooming, you know what I mean? So now you got a free fast break basically. Second chance reduces chance of going on cold streak by a percentage when performing bad offensive and defensive actions. This is gonna be pretty nice. I mean, 64%, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm definitely gonna fucking take it, but I'm not sure if it should be in the game. This is cool. So basically, let's say you use all your stamina, but then you get a steal. You're on like 20% stamina, but you still have 90% of your stamina left. Then you'll basically just go right back to 90 stamina, and you're all good. You know, you got a straight fast break. You got all your stamina back. You can full sprint all the way back to the other side of the court. Just get easy buckets. But like, I don't know how I feel about that either. I mean, I feel like that's not realistic at all. Like, but it is a Lego game, so whatever. Semi-realistic basketball, you know, we had to change that. Shit was not realistic at all, you know. I guess, I mean, it's not gonna be realistic no matter, you know. It's jokes. That nigga's never played. That nigga never touched a basketball in his fucking life. He does not go outside, let alone play ball. So I mean, I think it's best if we just don't think about it too hard and just vibe with it, you know what I mean? It's not, not a lot of things in this game are gonna make sense. I can already feel it, but that's just how it is, you know. It's what it is. So anyways, let's move on from badges. We got streaks, we got cold. We already know what this does. I'm gonna read it anyways. Decreases shot succession, passing accuracy, blow by range, blow by defense, and shot contest and ball protection. Aggressor, that's just slashing, increases blow by range by 2.5% and shot succession by 25. I like this. It's not that crazy. I remember back in RB4, if you had aggressor or team player, you would just straight drive by everybody. It was pretty stupid. I didn't really understand it. But anyways, shot succession by 25% on layups, floaters, and dunks. It also, I'm glad that these don't increase stats anymore. Or if they do, I'm not sure. But according to what this says here, they do not increase stats, which I think is a good thing. You know, strike me down, cancel me, I don't care. I think this is a good thing. They do not increase stats. This is good. I like this. I like this. It just increases shot succession, which is a good thing. I think that's good. And it increases your strength when forcing contact. So you're able to push people out the way better. Which I guess that makes sense. You know, if you're in the paint already, you can't really get a blow by. So, you know, you just push people out the way, which makes sense. You know what I mean? Because if you're a slasher and you're in that zone, then I'm not gonna lie, nobody can really stop you in real life. So it's like that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be annoying. Slashing take is gonna be annoying, but it makes sense. I mean, every takeover should be annoying. You know what I mean? Like, it should make it unfair. It makes sense. increases movement by 8% on hop steps and drift shots, and increases shot succession by 20% on drift and fade shots. So drift shooter is not as good, because I remember drift shooter, it would increase like hella stats. I just remember drift take being good as hell. That's all I remember. I don't really remember exactly what it did in RB4. I just remember that if you had drift take, you was not missing the fade. You was not missing none of that shit. But it increases movement speed on hop steps. I don't know how I feel about that. And it also increases fade shots. So I'm not sure if post players, like post scorers, can take drift shooter. I'm not sure if they'll be able to. We're gonna have to just wait and see how these streaks are gonna work for each build, and see what build is gonna be able to take what streak. Or maybe it's gonna be like 2K, and you can just take whichever streak you want. I mean, like, or like, you know, not you can't take whatever streak you want, but maybe he'll just like say make it so if you want this streak, you just pick that streak, and that's the streak that you get. Like RH2, I think in RH2 you could pick whichever streak you wanted. Like you could pick two, one that helps you and one that helps your team, but you know, you could pick whichever one. If you were a slasher, you could have a shooting take. If you were a shooter, you could have a playmaking take. But yeah, anyways, glass cleaner. I mean, who's really gonna fucking use this? This shit has always been ass. But increases rebound range by fuck it, I don't even care. See where the ball will land around the rim after a shot. It doesn't matter, because if you have diamond rebounder and you just jump, you're gonna get the ball anyways. So yeah. Initiator. This is what I'm excited for. Initiator. I want to see what this does. Chances of an ankle breaker by 30. I'm excited to use it. I'm not excited to play against it at all. I mean, obviously, like I said before, it's supposed to make things unfair, but that just seems a little fucking insane. That seems a little, overkill. Like, I don't know, man. Increases overall speed by 10% on dribble moves, and chances of an ankle breaker by 30. Enables more valid combinations when performing dribble moves. I hope that last part actually does something, because usually when he puts a sentence like that at the end of a badge or a streak, you never really notice that. But yeah, increases shot contest by 20% and steal and block range by 10%. Okay, so like I said before, in traits, not a lot of the defense, no defense badge increases your shot contest. So maybe the holy grail of defenders, the good grace of defenders, will just be their takeover, because it'll increase shot contest by 20%. Steal and block range by 10. I mean, like that's gonna help a lot. Reduces blow by range by 10%. And okay, so we got kryptonite right here. Chances of an ankle breaker by 30. I like that. That's good. I mean, I remember back in RB World 4, you could just break anybody you wanted. It didn't matter if they had lockdown, clamps, anything. It did not matter. You could break them. They could be going in the same direction as you, and they'll still fall. They'll still trip going in the other direction, even though that's not the direction they were moving in. It didn't really make any sense at all. Even though, yeah, it's an RB game, so what? It's not realistic, but like still, like come on, that's stupid. Post specialist increases strength by 50% while in the post, and shot succession by 25% on hook shots, fades, and dunks. So I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be hit or miss. I don't know how good this is gonna be, but I hope it's not too OP. I mean, it doesn't really look that crazy. Increasing strength, I mean, that makes sense. By 50%, that kind of makes sense. If you're a post scorer and you have take, you should be unstoppable. I mean, you should be pretty unstoppable unless you have a max rim on your ass. Then it should be a pretty fair contest. It shouldn't lean in any direction. But one trend that we've seen is that in RB World 4, it always leans toward the offense. The offense usually has the advantage. They're always faster. Their shots, they always have, the contest isn't really as much on them. I don't know. It's just dumb. There's less contest. There's always less contest. There's never, I don't really know how to explain it. But if you played RB4, then you would know. Sharpshooter. Well, we all know what this does, but increases shot succession by 10%. So, and reduces shot contest by 16% on standing and off dribble shots. I enjoy that. I like that. That's pretty good. It's not crazy. But increases like that. That's a total. Oh, okay. I read it wrong. It reduces shot contest by 16%. I'm not sure about that. But then again, it is take. It's supposed to make it easy. So yeah, that's okay, I guess. Whatever. I mean, sharpshooter. That's probably the badge. The streak I'm gonna have. but you know, whatever. Increases passing speed by, well, team player increases passing speed by 1%. Honestly, like, and accuracy by 1%. What's the fucking point? 1%, that's not gonna do anything. I mean, realistic, like, mathematically, like, 1% is so little that you won't even notice. So I do not care. And increases teammates shot succession on by 15% on all shots. Does not stack. Not sure what that means, but whatever. Not sure what the does not stack means. Increases, like, I like that last part. Maybe I feel like that should be a little higher, because I mean, like, come on, like, this isn't really anything. Like, this doesn't really help you. This 1%, like, that's not gonna help. I feel like this shot succession should be like 20, 25, maybe. 25 is a bit much. 20% at least. You know, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But, you know, I feel like badges aren't going to be as important as they were in RB4. Because RB4, I mean, take didn't really matter, honestly. Like, it was all about how high your mid-range and three-point was, if you were a shooter, or how high your stats were, and your badges. Streaks, like, honestly, like, I never really had streaks, so I just didn't really use it. You know what I mean? Like, you would do something, and then one thing would happen, and then you would lose half your streak. So I would just never get it, because I would always be fucking around. I never took the damn game seriously. But I feel like the holy grail of a lot of builds is gonna be their streak. They're gonna be their takeover. Once you get takeover, that's when, you know, your badges are really gonna start to do something. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the trade, like, the badges, they don't really do much. I mean, they do, but, like, it's only 4%, which is actually, you know, that's going to be helpful, but not as much as take, obviously, which I enjoy that. You know what I mean? I like that. That's good. You know what I mean? Because if both badges and take are OP, then, like, it's like, you know, like, it makes you completely unstoppable. So it's like, I feel like that shouldn't be a thing. But, yeah, as long as you can get some contest on them, you know, you can stop them. That's what I like.